What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of this 5 Upgrade series. We got a few things that we gotta do. Of course, like always, last episode we finished working on the belts and everything like that to our item elevators. Something we're gonna need to do is work on the bridge. But first, we need a whole bunch of tracks. Because otherwise, how can our train get over there? It can't if we don't have tracks. So, I got the materials for what we need. We have a whole bunch of stone slabs and a crazy amount of iron nuggets. I'm just gonna throw these in and hope that they go. We'll find out. We're just gonna throw a whole bunch of these in here. We'll be all right. All right, and we'll just throw all those in. We'll let all those collect and go. Now, it may take a minute, but honestly, if it works, we should be fine. So yeah, we just gotta sit here and wait for a few secondos or a minito, and we'll be okay. All right, so we sat here for a good bit, and I think we have enough. Not only do I have that there, I also got these in here, so we should be good for a good little bit. I still have some stuff on here. All we gotta do is just throw more iron. Good thing we have some right there, so not too shabby. We are immediately gonna start placing everything that we can. I don't have... Actually, I should have enough wool, because for some reason I'm using wool. It is nighttime. Nice. We need to get the rails set. All right, so let's get all these rails, or however many we can actually get, and we'll just try and go up every single one of these. And we have 2 space in between. I just gotta remember 2 space in between. Keep saying that. No, I could do it this way. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have to do that. So we are gonna have to come back through and try and rework everything, but we should be fine. Too far away, brother. All right, continue. We'll just get to apparently too far away again. How nice. We'll get to here. And then this is where we'll start the second part of the bridge. This one will continue all the way down. Be a lot of stuff on this. And we get to the edge, so we just got to do a double, get it all the way down. That is very, very bumpy. We're gonna try and fix that. So we could do this. Let me pop these ones real quick. It might be, well, those would be too far, but let me try and do this real quick. We'll just go all the way back. We'll go as far as we can, hopefully up to the top. Too far away. All right. We will go halfway on this, and we'll do that. There we go. So it does go up. All right, there we go. All right, so that will go like that. I do wish it was smoother instead of going up, flat up, but can't do that. So, I mean, I could probably cut it here and then try and continue onto that. Well, we'll try it. Let's see. We'll go, I think it's here. All right, so we could do that. So it is 1 block higher than what it really should be, but it is a smooth gradual increase, which is good. It's what I want. I will connect on that. This one, I do want to try and make these a little bit smoother. I'll try and make this a little bit smooth. There we go. Well, I mean, it kind of flans out here. I could probably cut this down. No, that's just how it is. You just gotta go right to the end of the block. That's it. Gradual increase. And we go over here and we just do another gradual increase. This is that one. Whoa, I'm dying. Okay. Well, so much for that. So at least try and stay on the platform. Middle piece here. We'll go boom. And then we try and connect that. It is going to be flat. There's going to be some issues with it, but honestly, if the bridge looks good, we'll be good. I just kind of make it somewhat look decent. And then we could just flatten that out. All right. Really, it's not too bad. I mean, it's a gradual ramp. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Instead of having, the super steep jumps, this is pretty good. This one, we are going to need more wool because we're going to go out to maybe probably in line with this tree. So probably here. And obviously we'll have to connect it with everything there, but we'll have to start a diagonal bridge, which I'll be honest, might be very difficult because I have never done a diagonal bridge. I'm gonna need more wool. Let's start this machine. Oh, I don't have water anymore. I need a water wheel. There we go, water wheel, I could do that. And then we could push some water right back there. Bingo. There we go. It now puts the sheep naked. Naked sheep. It actually does get a good chunk pretty quickly, so it's not too bad. And wheat. I don't have that much wheat. Man, I was just gonna flood them with stuff. Yeah, we may have to sit there for a minute or two just so we can hold some sheep stuff. Hello, Enderman. Nice to see you today. So yeah, this will go out all on this side. It will then connect onto this, and then, or that's where the start of the turn will be. So it'll start to turn and then connect on that. We just got to try and get it to where both of these are close together, but also the same like lengths apart. So it's 3 in between, just so it gives space. Again, hoping that we have everything for it. Actually, I should have a bunch. I mean like a bunch of wool. That's like already made. So let me go back to my base real quick. Let me check. Oh, that was very close. I forgot to press space. All right, let me try and find my wool, if I have any. I do. That is all the wool I have. I mean, it's still a lot, but like we may need more. So we may have to sit here and AFK a little bit for the wheat. I apparently stared. I did stare at an Enderman. Hello, Enderman. Come here, buddy. Come on, you're slow. Thank you. And it's raining. All right, so we'll just stretch this all the way to here. All right, so we gotta try and figure out how we can do this corner. Let's line this up. So this way. All right, let's deal with some lag real quick. Let's just throw some chunks out. Hopefully we get to that mountain over there. Yes, we can. All right, so if we go straight from there, we'll go straight into here. Once we get over here, we'll have to turn. We might just go through the mountain. So we'll turn, and then we'll have it go down, and then turn over this way. Okay. So yeah, we can go directly off of this corner. Once we get over to the other area, then we could just turn it into the mountain and basically just loop around. All right, let's get this. Let's bring it over. Now again, we got to make sure these are all the same, same distance in between, which might be a little iffy. We'll have to try and figure that out though. Ooh, one short. All right, so this one will go from here. Too far away. What you mean? All right, so that will go there. We'll click this one and we'll try and go over here. And we could do a sharp turn, which I'll be honest is probably going to be the best bet, is to do a sharp turn just so everything is a little bit more even. Now, I do like it to where we have a little curve to it, but yeah, we'll do a little curve. Never mind. And then this just has to continue straight down. So it's going to be so much wool that is being used, but oh well. Let me get rid of these so I don't have to worry about anything like that. So we'll connect this one. We'll do that. Okay, not bad. Not too. My brain was not working. All right, so we're actually gonna need some extra blocks, just so. Let's just use this. We need to use some blocks as a placement. So 5. Might actually have to try and fix this just a little bit. All right, there we go. So this one just has to connect up to this. And we'll continue this out real quick just so we can verify everything. And take so much wool and so many blocks. All right, so that is the 5 space or 4 space. That's not right. I'm messed up. We got to scoot over 1 or 2. Mine. I mean, that's 5. Yeah, that's 5. That connects right on this one. Oh, that is 5. I forgot we just have stuff blocking it. I'm a little bit dumb. Just a little bit. Where did I start the turn? Right here. Dang it. All right, there we go. That's not bad. That's not bad. And then we literally just have to continue these all the way down. Dang, that's actually, look at that view. That's cool. Dang, look at all them lights. It's the sun. All right, so yeah, we'll just continue this going all the way down, and then we're gonna have to start digging into the mountain. I'm just gonna let this go as long as I possibly can, and hopefully we don't mess up, and hopefully we get to the other side of the mountain. All right, we got a little bit farther. Let's hope we don't mess anything up. Oh, this is gonna be very confusing on how to do a diagonal. Honestly, if I don't do any like changes in the middle of it, we should be fine. I mean, we're gonna have spruce on both sides, and then we're gonna have the stone brick and everything else on the main like outside part. So really, it should be pretty simple. And then we just gotta do the bottom floor parts or the pillars. It should be very simple though. And of course, I'm messing it up. Both of those zombies down there are tailing me, even though they can't get to me. Somehow they see me, but that's nice. It means I can never get any rest. We still got so much to go. I just gotta do the same thing for the other side. It's gonna look so cool with the train going through, like past this. It's gonna look good, as long as I make it look good. So yeah, once we get about to that white flower, That's where we'll turn in, because if we go here, go to the flower and we just continue straight, we go through and we just gotta drop a little bit over here and then bring it over. Perfect. And really, once I get the tracks put in for, going here all the way around, we can technically start those machines to have it started. And then obviously once we need to stop it, we'll have to stop it over there or over here, depending on however long we want that to sit for, but we'll have to try and figure that out. All right, so we are practically at this flower. We're actually right in line with it. One thing we get rid of, I believe it's that side. Let's hope it's that side. I don't want to get rid of the wrong side and have to redo it all over again. That would be a smart thing. All right, we were correct. All right, there we go. So we'll do this. We'll connect this one. We'll go all the way back, or as far as these tracks will let us, right to there. We just got to do this all the way down. We also got to turn the tracks. So that's going to be a little iffy because we still have to keep that 5-space gap in between. But good thing we have the dirt. So I can just throw the dirt next to him. We'll be perfectly good. Oh, connected. So now the trains will just go through. It's so great how it could do diagonal tracks and stuff like that. All right, so we are going to have to fix this just a little bit just because we have a little thing here. So we'll just push this back just a little bit. We'll have it go right to where it's fine. There we go. Now it is E. Right, so this one's smooth. This one's going to be a little iffy, but honestly, I'm not too worried about that. If the train gets there, it gets there. Let's be honest. If it gets to where it needs to go and it gets to all the materials, we will be fine. Hopefully, be fine. I have a feeling it's going to break at some point. I'm just going to lose it. So we'll just do this. We'll just connect it right up here. How is that turn too sharp? I'm not at a turn. Oh, it thinks that it thinks it's going up. All right, so for this one, of course, we have to put it right at the sharpest point it possibly can, which is about right here. I got to get dirt, not the others. All right, there we go. So let me get this one. All right, so that is 5, and that should be right on the level, right? I feel like I'm turned way too much. Come on, we just gotta line up with the edge. All right, and then we just go straight. We are 1 block to the left, so that would have to get moved out just a little bit. Well, yeah, just by 1 block. Alrighty. Oh, come on. Let me get back up on the tracks. Alright, we just gotta oh my god, I keep pressing the wrong button. I keep going the wrong way. We just gotta do all this all over again. Stupid torch. Alright, so all I gotta do, we pushed it back 1. All I gotta do now is just go through and put some on this side, and we just gotta get rid of those extra 2 blocks on the right, and we'll be perfectly fine. We just gotta reconfigure everything back over here, though. I'm dying. Alright, so we did a little test in between here. That is 5, so we do have just enough of a gap. We just gotta go back there and push that out just by 1, and well, everything is even, and we'll be perfectly set for starting to build. What are you doing? He doesn't take knockback. I gotta jump in the water. I feel safe. I lied. Oh, look, monster is still. Don't shoot me. How'd you miss? Bye-bye. And you still hit me. Alright, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna put this. I gotta make sure to where everything is set. Alright, so we'll do this. We'll just have these go down, and then we'll just connect that one up to that one. Alright, there we go. Alright, we'll just do that one. We'll keep it a sharp turn. I'm not going to worry too much about it. We'll just keep them sharp turns on these 2, I guess. And then we just got to reconfigure everything over here. I just want to get some tracks put in just so I know where I need to place everything. Alright, not too bad. Building the bridge probably is going to be the most annoying part, but as long as we get it done, we can run these trains and not have to worry. And then we just got to get lumber and fishing, and we'll be all set, and we're done. Which, we still have a lot more work to do in general, so this place still has a little bit to do. We got to put chunk loaders in there so those never stop. Right, there we go. All right, we'll connect that one, and then now we just have to work over here. What's my fuel level? Oh, we're almost out of fuel. I really need to make a lava farm. Alright, so we're gonna get our wrench, if it lets me get the wrench. Bonk. And that still counts as 5 because that's still connected to that one. Perfect. That is what I was looking for. We'll fix this. Alright, there we go. I'm 1 block too far away. Okay, well, let me back it up a little bit just so we can actually connect this. That is all set. All right. It is a sharp turn, but again, honestly, it might make it easier with the bridge building process. All right, let's go over everything. Let's just start in here. All right, we're going to do this a little bit backwards, but the train will come in through here. It will come from all the way over here on a smooth track instead of a bumpy one. It will immediately turn. Again, this will be the mining train. This will be the lumber train. So won't have to worry. Mining, lumber. Lumber will continue out straight. Mining will go, well, to mining. It comes from straight down here. We are going to build another tunnel. So we will have these sitting in here. That will travel through. Once we get out to here, we'll probably go out to this tree maybe a bit. And then we'll drop it down until it can level off with here. And then that would just connect on here. And that is actually 5 blocks in between. So really, these all should just connect perfectly. This one's the fishing one. We got to try and figure this out. I don't really have an idea other than up here, like how we had before. But again, we got to figure that out. Train will come in. So we do have to get rid of some of these trees, but that will come in over here. We'll have a bridge that will go over the water. It will turn, go this way. Probably cut through the village just because why not? And then it will follow this mountainside, go around here, and then we'll connect right into that. So yeah, goes through this way. We go around, get some nice views of the side or whatever, and then we'll continue off straight. We honestly may just get rid of this entire village just because nothing's here. We don't have any villagers or iron golems or anything. We may just get rid of that. So that will come through, go over here, obviously have to drop down a little bit and turn and go boom. There we go. We have our ideas. We just got to try and figure out how to set them up. All right. Well, we have a lot of work to do. Again, I do want to try and just connect the trains first or the tracks before we actually start building. So we do have to drill through, which is probably what we're going to do next episode. So we will drill through and then hopefully get to the right side. I just got to reconfigure our drill a little bit to hopefully it can fit the train. And then we may just do the same type of tunnel that we have over here. If not, we just may do a ghost tunnel. Make it simple, make it easy. And then hopefully later on, once we get everything done and we start getting a little bored of the series, which it's slowly getting there already, but I don't know. We'll have to see about that. We'll just try and fix everything. But yeah, we are going to end stream or not end stream. What? I'm not streaming. So yeah, with that being said, we are going to end today's video here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you do want to see some extra content, I do have a second channel in the description. It's basically a whole bunch of different variety stuff, more games, probably some random stuff. I don't know yet. I still gotta edit some videos for that one, but we also have started recently streaming on Twitch and Kick, so if you do want to check that out, also, we're pretty close to affiliate. All we just need is 2 more average viewers, and then we get affiliate. And then we can start doing charity streams, which is something I actually really been wanting to do, but gotta have a little following before any of that works. So, again, if you do want to follow on Twitch and Kick, everything is in the description. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Bye!